Well, it is the second week of LCS Lock-In here on the first day. I'm joined right now by Bwipo after Team Liquid's victory over Immortals. Bwipo, first off, welcome to the LCS. I know I haven't had a chance to say that yet, so it's pretty cool to have you here. Before we get into the game, let's talk a little bit about your path to the LCS. How did you end up over here? What happened in the offseason that led you to Team Liquid?
I was looking for a team that accepted my values, and I was really trying to find a team that that I could resonate with, that I could talk with the most valuable for me personally was I could talk to everyone in the team. Like if I ever something that bothers me, I can just tell them what's up, like, hey, I don't like this champion, or hey, whatever, this or that. That was my main focus. And then on a personal level, I really connected with the org team Liquid because when I talked to them, I obviously had a few concerns about my general lifestyle and the people important to me and how I can get my life set up in NA. And Team Liquid was incredibly cooperative in making sure that I have everything I need to perform at my best.
You said that it was important for you to find a team that shares your values. What were those values?
Just valuing like working together and working like as a team. Valuing, for example, if you have a winning game state, valuing a simplified game, like something that I resonate with a lot is you try to complicate the game to get ahead, and then when the game is in a winning state, you simplify to secure the victory, kill the nexus, if you will. So this type of ideas I mean, not really a value, but it is something that I looked for in the players, and talking to them, and everyone agreed. And in general, just a team that also values relationships like seriously is really important for me, because obviously, yeah.
Gotcha.
My relationship has been a very important part of my career. Always has been, always, and even more so now. So for me, at least, having a team that supports that is pretty awesome. Like I actually feel like my team genuinely supports me and understands me through this, and I also have teammates that obviously have the same going on in their life. So it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool to hear that you found a place that you feel really comfortable in. What is it like working with Ryoto? Because we had him on Hotline League this week, and we were making jokes about what it must be like for him working with this lineup of players and people having like big opinions or whatever. So, what has it been like working with him? Maybe compared to some of the folks that you've worked with in the past.
Honestly, it's been really pleasant. He's a very understanding person, and he's very nice. So far, like whenever I have something on my mind, whenever I have something going on, he always understands me, and he's willing to, make compromises if I talk to him ahead of time, right? Like if there's an issue, he will always try to find a solution with me, which I super appreciate. In general, I haven't been able to get into the nitty gritty with him yet because obviously it's very early in the season. So like gameplay related coaching and whatnot tends to like ramp up as the season goes. It's not just like bang, but the first impression has been very pleasant.
We talked about you joining Team Liquid, but one thing we didn't talk about was you coming to North America, a place that LEC players love to say is the retirement home until they come to North America and suddenly they're like, oh, this is a place where I think I could do really well and all that stuff. So I'm kind of, it's funny because as we were talking in this interview, I remembered an interview I did with you at All Stars a couple years ago where I asked you about one of the players coming over here. I forget. I think it was Broxa maybe. And you had said, well, I don't blame him because if you're not on a team named G2 or Fnatic, you're not going to win an LEC. Obviously, it's changed a little bit in the past year, but what were the motivating factors for you joining an LCS team and coming to North America? Obviously, Team Liquid aligned, but why not look for something among the LEC teams?
Like I said, like honestly, this year for me is really big, like a big one in terms of who I want to be as a player, who I want to be as a person, my personal relationships, everything. Like I really want to make changes on what I can bring to the table on all fronts. And I realized that I needed a change of scenery because in the past few years, I think I've grown very complacent. Again, both on a personal as well as a professional level. And you know, like for example in Fnatic, I never really took the role as like the main leader or like as the captain, or I tried my hardest to, you know, carry the team with my, you know, with like really strong solo individual play. I always tried to follow up on Hilly and play off of him the best I could, rather than fully committing to, you know, being the identity of the team and trying to make that happen. And obviously, I don't regret that. Hilly is a fantastic player. It's just I actually want to be able to be, you know, a corner piece of a team, in the idea that like the team can really rely on me to carry, like start to finish, and that's what I'm hoping to achieve in an A. That's why I have no ideas or no intention of getting complacent. And so far, I think I've been getting into my good old habits, good old or good old bad, depending. Some bad, some good in terms of gameplay, where you know, it is comfortable for me to jump in and take risks more often than not. But I'll be closely considering all my decisions going forward and trying to figure out how I can be a true carry top laner.
Awesome. Okay, so you'd like to do that. What has it been like for you transitioning back to top lane over the past, I don't know, couple weeks, month, etc.?
Yeah. It's been awesome, honestly. Like I miss playing top. I really do. Absolutely. I love the role. I love the champions. I started playing top lane in season 6 because of the champions. I was always someone in solo queue that played whatever champion I wanted. And at some point, top lane had so many champions that I liked playing that I just stuck to it.
Yeah.
And then I got into an amateur team, and well, the rest is history. But right now, I love the meta. You can pick right about anything top. Obviously, there's some very disgusting outlying champions. Graves, Gwen, that are a little bit overtuned, but other than those, you have a lot of options. You can play all styles, and it looks very interesting.
Awesome. Well, is
Which
there
I love.
anything you would like to say to any of the fans out there?
Not much, honestly. Yeah, just keep cheering for the team if you can, and try to respect people's privacy the best you can. I would sincerely appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bwipo, for the interview. Really looking forward to seeing you continue your journey with Team Liquid. And for everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things LCS right here on my YouTube channel. It's a new year, which means it's a new you, which means maybe you need a new computer or a new monitor or some new accessories. There's a bunch of cool stuff that just got announced, actually, that Alienware's coming out with soon. But right now, why don't you do me a favor and celebrate the new year by doing something maybe I've asked you to do before on a couple of occasions, which is to click the link in the description below and head over to alienware.com/Travis to take a look at all the awesome stuff over at Alienware's website, where you can pick up something swell to get ready for 2022. Thanks to them for their support and their sponsorship of our content.